It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And away we go from Wisconsin. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 45, wide. Set.
Throwing to start this game. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be blocked out at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Let's go now. Set.
They're going to try and throw it here. Jump off, caught by his back.
No, come on, man.
Send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line.
You was out there, and you fucked it up.
And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious...
A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted.
Good defense.
The Chargers take over on his 5th interception of the season. When you are facing a top 10 defense, you don't expect to wait long to see him make an impact, partner, and it only took him one drive here.
Yep, this group, they didn't get that top ranking by sitting back and letting the game come to them. They get it by attacking and attacking the ball.
He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. He had him, Brock. Throw was on target. Gotta help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. First and 10, Herbert escapes the pocket.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Set.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And that's not what the offense lined up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Herbert from the gun. That one's good to McConkey. That's the first down, and he's still going. Still fighting forward.
Let's go, McConkey.
The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one flies
Roll right into my bye week. You know what I mean?
The landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. Cut.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Junior Colson. So their second drive ends just the way their first one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not if series are going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He'll come up on 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock.
He filling these gaps, huh?
A few yards at most.
It's Hampton on second. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Quick pass right side, complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They get 16 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down. From the red zone now. Complete here to Hinton. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, bro.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
38-yard line. A gain of 5.
Look to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Blue strike.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First down, play action. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Now throw on 2nd and 10. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Offense in a hurry up here.
And the Packers.
Striker. 3-3.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Set, hut. Ready?
They are throwing it again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call.
Okay, right.
The receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Hut, hut.
3rd and long. They're gonna throw. The defender was waiting for that one to put a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Drill, foot, black, shot. Red, cycle. Set, hut.
They'll throw for it. He's got it to his running back. This is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That big fourth down call is how we close out the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Ready to go with the second quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone.
Ready.
From the red zone on first. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
97.
At the 4-yard line.
Set.
Running for the marker on second. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense in the hurry-up here.
62 blasted.
Another carry for it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sails through good. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Herbert out of his end zone. Finds him on the slant. And give him about that 15-yard line before they're able to drop him. They'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders.
Big gain downfield. At the 20. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a second quarter lead.
Los Angeles.
That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes what's short of
Come on, man. Catch the fucking ball.
it really makes the magic happen.
Packers 7.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10.
Let's go now.
Airing it out to start this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And he will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line.
That's good for a Packers.
First and 10, looking to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
He's going to throw it. Finds his back complete. And they'll stand him up and set him down at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the Chargers' 28-yard line.
Throwing it again here. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Set, ready.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. He's got it in the end zone.
Come on, man. Always getting beat, y'all. Why y'all can't stay on y'all, man?
All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes.
Oh, and it's no good. Just his 2nd missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they are finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
1st down, Chargers.
Herbert on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. On 3rd down, Herbert.
Come on, bro. Oh, bro.
4th down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Chased out to his right.
No! Oh my God! I didn't even get a reaction, bro. Come on! That's some fuck shit.
35 on the pickup. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense to the line fast.
Yellow.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
We've got a good one so far. We are all tied up, and we have hit our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this.
On the double.
Blood in the water defensively after that sack. This offense facing 2nd and 23.
Blue striker. 50.
Back to throw now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Taking a deep shot here.
Oh my goodness, man. Come on.
They're on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off the defense at any time.
Still has some space inside the 35. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop. Ready.
Going wide receiver run to start this series. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Pass play coming here. It's caught out right by Golden. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Blue 32. Set.
3rd and long for him here. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. The Packers send out their punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Throwing on first is Herbert. It's completed right side. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. First and 10, here's Herbert. He's got it near the 8. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers will add to their lead at the end of the half. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Set. Ready.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Ready, set.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Down.
They're throwing it. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
A massive shot towards the end zone. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers making a one-score game before halftime. Now we'll see them try the point after. He's good on the extra point effort. And the Packers cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Return coming from the 6. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Packer. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Stop made by Braden Fisk.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Throw here, 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
He has it at the 22. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
Okay, ready?
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back now, pressure coming. Finds him on the crossing route. Down the left sideline he goes. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. Working quickly here.
Watch out now. 52.
1st down and goal to go.
Hut.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. He gets a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Here's another 4 out. And he is in this time. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers start the second half with some needed points. They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers tie this game up. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. We'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it deep downfield. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Here's Herbert leading them to the line, going for 2.
The Chargers will line up.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. Cut the end zone, so the touchdown and the 2-point pass break the tie. Give him an 8-point lead.
27.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
Okay, right.
Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Dose of the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 40.
And he's got a free play here. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So they'll decline this and take the results. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go now. Hut.
Going now on 1st down. Going deep here for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a... highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Sticking to the air here. Throwing out route complete. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Working quickly here. Working inside the red zone. Finds Golden. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Offense up to the line fast.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
Going from the gun here.
the 12-yard.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Yellow, 22.
Back to throw it. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He puts some air under it, deep down the left. Big gain downfield. Has room down the left sideline. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
It's a gain of 78 yards. And the Chargers.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers lead by 14. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chargers lead by 15 now. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Ready.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Short pass caught by his tight end. Running down the left side. And out of bounds he goes on that big pickup. They're inside the red zone now. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Ready.
From the red zone now. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Set. Hut.
Looking in the air here. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
He's almost there, but no, they stopped him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Here's a return from the 7.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
There's no negatives ever on the grade sheet for completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Escapes the pocket. Herbert slides to a stop with enough on that play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. 3rd down, give to Hampton. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Let's go. Line.
Herbert throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Yellow, 22.
They'll come out throwing. It is caught left side. And he's brought down at about that 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Okay, ready?
At the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Faster.
Offense in a hurry up here.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 38-yard line.
Green Jack. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And they make the stop, we're going to say about the 37-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here he goes, third and long. Escapes the pocket. Going all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're staring at fourth and long. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth.
Here we go. Line.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He's trying to go deep again. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers have cut it to a 3-point game here in the fourth.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return starts at the 9.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him in the field goal range. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Herbert slides to a stop with enough on that play to move those chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Lion.
From the red zone on first. Escapes and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Chargers push this to an 8-point game. Justin Herbert with the touchdown.
These touchdowns on the season haven't all looked the same, but boy, has he made a habit of scoring touchdowns on the ground.
Now Herbert and the Chargers going for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the
Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. Going for it yet again. And once again, they don't have the right call to make it in for 2, so their struggles continue.
Yeah, they've kept them on the field without hesitation all game long. This offense knows what they're doing. The problem is the defense knows even more.
And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Cut, cut.
They'll throw to start the drive. All the left side. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Let's go. Cut, cut.
Throwing from the gun. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Black shot.
Brings up second and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing it on second down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Could make the hookup with Matthew Golden. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he set out. First down from the 42.
First and 10
Ready.
at the 42-yard line.
Ready.
He's going to throw it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up second down.
Set, set.
They are throwing it again. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the first.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Offense in the hurry up here.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Looking inside the red zone. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Come on, set, set.
Sticking to the air here. Into the end zone, but not brought in. He falls incomplete. It will bring up third down.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Black 40.
Looking to throw. For the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a fourth down decision. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Okay,
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
ready, ready.
Desperation time here. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Well, we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. He had no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. They just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100+ for a pick 6.
Wow. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers lead by 15 now. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. 45, wide.
to the air following that pick six. Escapes the pocket. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. I gotta imagine, partner, there are a lot of folks shaking their heads at seeing that. He has battled interceptions all season, and here, well, he's now been picked off on back-to-back drives.
Yeah, shaking their heads because on this drive and throughout the season, the adjustments just haven't been there. The picks just keep coming week after week after week, and this time, back-to-back series.
They've got to keep moving quick here.
A gain of 11 on the play.
21.
First down.
We're going to pass it here. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers have likely locked up the win right there. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers grow the lead now to 22 points. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Set, hut. 33, yellow. Ready.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Throw left side, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Hurry.
Offense to the line fast.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go play action. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Chargers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen him in this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd
Back to Hampton. Past midfield at the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. Give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
12.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Offense to the line. This is 2nd and 4.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Ready.
Design quarterback run here. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The Timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and just 2 to go.
Let's go. Yellow.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
One final shot here. Cut down the field, Golden. And they get to him before he can reach the end zone, Brock. No touchdown on our final play. This game is over. So the Chargers take this one on the road. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
This boy's so terrible, dog. He get beat all the time. Morale gotta be low for my defense, dog. There's no way. I give up mad yards. Shit, my morale low. Just watching this shit, like, nobody gotta stop, man. It's sad, man. Needed that bye week. The boys ain't did nothing for me, bro.